Hulu has really been stepping up its game lately, and honestly, I think it's outshining both Netflix and Prime right now. I've been watching a ton of movies across all platforms, and these Hulu picks have just hit different. Whether it's bold storytelling, fresh ideas, or just better overall energy, they've been delivering. In my opinion, these 10 films are proof that Hulu isn't just the underdog anymore. So here's my personal list of 10 Hulu movies that are totally beating Netflix and Prime at their own game. 1. Prey. I think Prey is hands down one of the best reboots I've ever seen. The way it reimagines the Predator franchise in a historical setting just blew me away. I love how the movie strips everything down and brings back that raw survival vibe. The action scenes are so intense, and the lead actress totally carries the whole film. In my opinion, it's way more exciting than most of what Netflix has lately. It's gritty, suspenseful, and the pacing is perfect. This is the kind of movie that keeps you glued from start to finish. If you want a fresh take on a classic monster, this one's a winner. It reminded me why I fell in love with sci-fi thrillers in the first place. 2. No One Will Save You. This movie was a complete surprise, in the best way possible. I love when a film takes risks, and No One Will Save You does that by barely using any dialogue. That might sound weird, but trust me, it works. The story is so creative, and the alien horror aspect feels original and tense. My reason for putting this over anything on Prime right now is how unique the experience is. I think it's a great example of how less can be more. It's eerie, it's fast-paced, and it leaves you thinking. If you're into sci-fi thrillers that do something different, give this a shot. Honestly, it stuck with me way longer than I expected. 3. Palm Springs. I absolutely love Palm Springs. It's got that Groundhog Day time loop concept, but done in a way that feels totally fresh. Andy Samberg is hilarious, but the movie also has depth and heart. I think what makes it beat out Netflix rom-coms is the perfect balance of comedy and emotion. It's funny without being dumb, and romantic without being cheesy. The chemistry between the leads is just so natural. My opinion, it's one of the best feel-good movies Hulu's ever dropped. I could watch this one over and over. It's one of those rare movies that actually makes you feel good about life. 4. Fresh. Now this one caught me off guard, in a good way. I love horror with a twist, and Fresh definitely delivers on that. At first, it feels like your average dating drama, but then it takes a wild turn you won't see coming. The dark humor and tension are blended so well. In my opinion, it beats out most thrillers on Netflix right now because it feels new. It's modern, shocking, and super stylish. The cast is great, especially Sebastian Stan playing totally against type. If you like horror that makes you uncomfortable in the best way, you'll love this. It's the kind of movie that leaves you thinking, wait, what did I just watch? And I love that. 5. The United States vs. Billie Holiday. This movie had me emotional from start to finish. I think Andrade gave one of the best performances I've ever seen. Seriously, she became Billie Holiday. The music, the story, the cinematography, all of it feels powerful and personal. I love how the movie doesn't shy away from the painful truths about racism and government oppression. Compared to Prime or Netflix biopics, this one hits harder. My reason for ranking it so high is the raw honesty and elegance. It's not just a movie, it's a statement. If you love music history with real emotion, don't miss this. It deserves way more attention than it got. 6. Run. Run is the kind of thriller that had me yelling at the screen, in a good way. I love Sarah Paulson in everything, and she plays the overprotective mother role so creepily well here. The story is simple, but so well executed. It's tight, fast-paced, and full of tension. I think it's better than most thrillers on Netflix or Prime because it doesn't waste a single moment. My reason for loving it is how it builds suspense with such minimal setup. It's just two characters, one house, and non-stop psychological drama. If you're into twisted family dynamics, This one delivers. It's one of the most underrated thrillers I've seen in years. 7. Deep Water. This one's a slow burn, but I found it weirdly fascinating. I think Ben Affleck and Ana de Armas have this strange chemistry that makes everything feel intense and dangerous. I love how the movie keeps you guessing about what's really going on beneath the surface. It's not your typical thriller. It's more about the tension than the action. In my opinion, that's what makes it stand out from a lot of Netflix or Prime flicks. It's seductive, dark, and plays with your expectations. My reason for recommending it is simple. It messes with your head. If you want a sexy, psychological mystery, this is it. It's one of those films where silence says more than words. 8. Boss Level. This movie is just fun, plain and simple. I love action movies that don't take themselves too seriously, and Boss Level does exactly that. It's like Groundhog Day meets John Wick, and I think that combo is awesome. The humor, the fights, the insane deaths, it all works. In my opinion, it's way more entertaining than most generic action films on Prime or Netflix. Frank Grillo is super underrated in this, and Mel Gibson plays a solid villain. My reason for loving it is how it never slows down. If you want a wild ride, you won't regret watching this. It's a video game come to life in the best way possible. 9. Vacation Friends. I didn't expect to enjoy this as much as I did, but wow, it's hilarious. I think Hulu really nailed the buddy comedy vibe with this one. John Cena is absolutely wild in it, and I love seeing him in a full-on comedic role. The whole plot about two couples reconnecting after a crazy vacation is just chaos in the best way. It's way funnier than most Netflix comedies right now, in my opinion. My reason? It's ridiculous, but somehow still charming. It had me laughing out loud way more than I expected. If you're in the mood for stupid fun comedy, this hits the spot. Sometimes you just need something silly that doesn't take itself too seriously. 10. Rye Lane. This movie is a hidden gem, and I absolutely loved it. I think it's one of the most stylish, fresh, and heartfelt romantic comedies I've seen in years. The cinematography is colorful and creative, and the dialogue feels so real. I love when a movie feels both modern and timeless at the same time. Compared to rom-coms on Netflix, this one has way more personality. My reason for choosing this is how authentic and vibrant it feels. It's short, sweet, and stays with you. If you want something cool, romantic, and British, give this one a go. It's a love story that actually feels alive. So everyone, that's my take. Hulu is quietly dominating right now, and these movies are a big reason why. I love how each of them brings something different to the table. Suspense, humor, heart, and originality. In my opinion, Netflix and Prime are getting a little predictable, while Hulu's taking more risks. That's why these picks stood out to me. If you haven't already, go check them out. I think you'll be surprised how good Hulu's lineup really is.